Hey there, my fellow prospectors, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, Episode 18, Sweet Tin. Oh, horsetail. And boars. Oh, and more bees. It's a large hive. Oh, even better. Okay, well, it's, has a bunch of nearby wildflowers, so... Shoot. You know what? I am going to make a second skep. I mean, it's becoming daytime, so I'm going to find it even easier for me to do it. Because there's not, like, a light level constraint now. The question is, how soon will I find clay? As I threw the 2 fire clay that I would need for a second skep away. That seems to be a recurring theme of me throwing away the very thing that I'm going to need in a minute. Oh, ferns are labeled as other plants? Oh, you know what? Maybe ferns aren't going to work. The thing is, I'm surrounded by horsetail here, and I know horsetails are flowers. So this large skep will very easily... Cut it out, man. Will very easily swarm. Or this large wild hive, I should say. Sorry, I got distracted from Yoda making a cacophony of noises. Unwelcomed, loud... Oh, wow! Okay, well, I think I found fire clay. Holy hell, streamer luck. Jesus. Okay, yoink. Unbelievable luck right there. What am I ditching? My bowl for now. It was meant to be, friends. Shinox, thank you for the resub. And yeah, 2 are better than 1. If the original skep that I set up doesn't swarm, I can get this one to swarm pretty easy. So there's the skep. There's the hive. And then let's just move some flowers around. So I'm going to move a bunch of the horsetail. Hey, Chief Dog, thanks for all the gifted subs, too. Yeah. Yeah, I think those ferns weren't flowers, and I just low IQ'd it. But this is a flower, even though it looks like micro bamboo. Horsetail is also useful for healing poultices. But I want my bees. Alright. It hasn't updated. It still says 12. I know that's... Oh, God. The Bitey Boys are back. And I don't have the terrain to nerd pull. That's the thing, is like, when you're in a forest, you're going to run into a lot more wolves than open plains. Plus, you often can't climb away from them quickly, and you won't see them in time. Get very sketchy. Alright, it still hasn't updated for whatever reason. I'm going to plant a few more. But I know that it'll be fine. Yeah, this beehive hasn't updated. Can I eat dryad settle? Yes. Get a little hungry. I mean, you can eat any mushroom. You just might not enjoy what comes after if you don't know what you're eating. Etsy, thanks for even more bits. Alright, next project If you vote for home improvement, I will try to set up... the home improvement project is going to be to prepare for the bees. Although I think the bees are kind of a longer-term goal. Like, I'm not going to... They're not going to swarm to the to my skep that soon. There we go. Will swarm in less than a day. No, I take that back. I will have that skep full in less than a day. Oh, a golden kappa train. Holy heck. Cool. But there we go. You saw the update. I planted, it started with 12, so I planted like 25 flowers around the hive, and all that extra nectar is going to cause those bees to swarm, and for me to have a skep to move. And then gear improvement would be working on bronze lamellae, or, well, that and trying to find borax. So, you know, or lime. Maybe both. Oh god, I hear my wolves. Run, little angel, run! Out into the plains. This looks like very familiar, because I'm getting close to home. And then farming and beekeeping would be... Actually, farming and beekeeping would be setting up the home hive, and then exploration is pretty self-explanatory. Cheers! Golden Kappa? Golden Kappa is just like a special event for a hype train. Just a cutesy thing that can happen. Alright, I will density search here. Because it's free to do. Hey JD, thanks for the resub, man. 50 months, too. Oh, decent ilmenite. I think that's the highest titanium read I've found so far. And it's at the heart of a cave. Titanium is one of those stones that are not surface. You know, there's different elevation levels for where things will generate. So like iron and titanium and, you know, sort of the more valuable stuff, you have to go down. And going down is dangerous because it's full of drifters that are going to try to murder you. So although it's nice to find ilmenite, you know, I might as well pick up quartz. Although it's nice to find ilmenite, it's not in any way going to be useful to me. Whoops, for a while, because I don't have the gear to go searching for it. Look at this lovely little home of mine. So yeah, I was thinking of setting up like a beehive skep up here. Hi, farm. You're looking pretty. Ah, it's nice to be home. What percent? 12% dried. Yep, takes a while. Now you know I put it down early. So then we have 2 oiled hides. I thought I had 3. Oh yeah, here's a large pelt. So this is a pelt, which is a processed hide. You guys want me to improve my gear? What to do with gear? Leatherworking or bronze? Like, which way do you want me to go with this? You want me to go leatherworking or bronze? Be up to you. The red meat on me is probably going to spoil pretty quick. So I ought to store it and cook it off soon. I'll just put bony soil here for when I have time to pan, rather than to store it. If I wanted bone meal, I'll just demonstrate one bone meal for the corn, because I don't want to be grinding this forever. But you can hold right click and grind things. Stochastic and Hatsy and Chief Dog, thanks for even more cheers. Man, you guys are awesome. So taking a look, this will fertilize P, right? As in phosphorus. So like if I fertilized this onion plot, this current medium fertility soil starts off with 50-50-50, and the onions will sap phosphorus from the soil, and the bone meal that I just put there will add 30% back. So it's sort of like a moving slider, which is why you want crop rotation. So for instance, growing flax, if I recall, saps 50% of the kalium in the soil. So flax will completely deplete the nutrients of a medium soil. So I would either need to dig up this medium fertility soil once the flax is fully grown and just throw that soil away and get new medium fertility soil to plant it back, or to rotate it to another soil tile that hasn't had their kalium depleted. And I mean, I'll plant this pear tree just kind of like over here. I don't think it's going to establish as a tree cutting because it's the wrong season, but like, why not try for a tiny chance of success? Can't hurt. All right, you guys want me to look for bronze by like 1% vote. I will try to find, so in order to make leather, as I explained, we need lime or borax. So for borax is found as borax bits in these host rocks. So you can find borax in halite, which is like salt, kernite, phosphorus, quartz, sulfur, chalk. Chalk itself can be ground down into lime. So we're trying to get for leatherworking, because I know it was roughly even. For leatherworking, getting marble, chalk, or limestone will give me lime, which allows me to make quicklime, which is useful for mortar and useful for leatherworking. Mortar is something that comes into play much later when you're trying to make steel. And then, if not, like, if I find like a lot of limestone or chalk, it's really easy, right? But the other thing that we're going to need is borax. So borax, I would say, is slightly edges out lime, in that borax is also required to make higher tier anvils. So with borax, you can do leather and high tier anvils, and with lime, you can make mortar and I guess you need both eventually. But that aside, while we're digging around for tin or cassiterite, we can look around for borax or lime or saltpeter or really any resource that we want to exploit. So I'm going to put most of my spears away, and I'll put the axe away because we're going deep diving underground. So the current priority right now is search for tin. I already know where so much surface copper is that in order to make more bronze, I don't really need tin. I don't really need copper because I'll find copper very easily. So we're looking for cassiterite or tin. So I'm going to grab both my picks and my shovel. Both picks because I want to use up the copper pick before I even start to use the bronze pick, unless the bronze pick is required. The other thing is my copper prospecting pick is kind of closer to broken than I'm comfortable leaving the base with. So I'm going to take one of these copper ingots and heat it up and turn it into another pro pick. Oh, right, I can't do that with Pete. What am I thinking? Leather does lead to bigger storage stuff. So the big things that leather does is leather backpacks is a storage slot of 6, whereas my hand baskets are a storage slot of 3, so it would double my backpack storage. And then the other thing that is big on leather is there's sort of 2 types of armor. There's lamellar armor, which tops out at tier 2 armor. So this is protection tier 2, which will protect you from things that are kind of like a little deep, but not super deep in the caves. But if you want to go up a level, you need to start doing chainmail. So leather is required for chainmail because a prerequisite of body and leg chainmail is leather itself. Because you need a leather jerkin in order to make chainmail. So a chainmail is essentially a leather jerkin surrounded by chains, and leather jerkins are made of leather. So the reason I'm going for lamellar armor is made of hides, so that you don't need to process, or pelts rather. So it's made of pelts, which is not processed the same way that leather is. So when you kill an animal, you just have hides, and you can process the hides into pelts for lamellar armor, or process the hides into leather, which is a lot more, effort intensive, but that produces leather. So even a bunch of small pelts can be produced into leather, and leather is like a generic resource, whereas the pelts either come in small, medium, large, or huge if you kill bears. So the point of all that is that leather would be super, super useful, but I'm not planning on requiring leather for my first suit of armor, because I think I'm going to want the suit of armor before I find lime or borax. But even if I didn't, tier 2 armor comes with fewer penalties than higher level armor. And the way the high level armor works is you first make chainmail, and then you take that chainmail and you upgrade it to scale mail, and then you take that scale mail and you upgrade it to plate mail. And it all has to be of the same material. So my 2 cents for armor progression in the game is skip tiers 0 and 1. Because most things are already past those tiers. So tier 0 would be like improvised armor made of like wood. So wood, what is it called? I think it's literally improvised armor. Yeah, improvised body armor. So, like, this is protection tier 0. So, like, barely protect any attack that is not from a 0 level opponent will, like, basically ignore your armor. And then also skip level 1, too. Because wolves, rams, they're all level 2. So level 1 armor is not gonna sufficiently even protect you from getting hit by a ram or a wolf. Why bother with it? Why bother with it? That's my opinion, but like, I think the amount of effort it takes to make like tier 1 armor isn't worth it if it doesn't really protect you. So I skip that entirely and make a bronze tier 2 armor that will allow me to then obtain the iron to make iron chainmail. And then once you have iron chainmail, you can then make iron scale mail and iron plate if you really want plate. And then iron plate or scale is going to be enough to get you to steel. It'll protect you enough, in the scary subterranean undergrounds. Just again, my 2 cents as a relatively new player to the game, but there you have it. All right. Let's go to some of the ladder waypoints and try to pro-pick easy access caves for cassiterite. There are also class-specific clothing. I'm not a class, but there's Blackguard armor, if you're a Blackguard class. Or the Forlorn, well, that's a weapon, but, yeah. So, I already have a spot that I designated as high tin. Let me go see what percent it was. Then, that's enticing. Not gonna lie. I just wasn't writing down the actual percents. So that was this tunnel. Point 2. Well, let's see if it gets... Ooh, hello. It gets better densities elsewhere in this same tunnel. And I'm very close to home, so if I die, it's like not an inconvenience. It'll be very easy for me to get my stuff back. All right, it got worse in this direction. We're down to 0.1. The other thing is, like, it might be possible for me, regardless of the density, for me to actually just physically find it in the cave walls, right? Because, oh, I think that was a gear. Because, that's entirely plausible. This is a bit of a labyrinth, isn't it? All right, let's pro pick here too. So if I get any reading that is like higher than the reading that I had at the start of the cave, I will, I'll start actually digging around. Ilmenite. All right, I'm not going to bother update. Well, you know, why not? There we go. I'm gonna get lost in this cave, aren't I? You like the way I do things on YouTube and Twitch? Thank you. I like the way you guys have me do things too. I mean, you're just as much a part of the equation. You know, I'm only as good as my audience and the thought and consideration that you all make for voting for games and voting for goals. And I love that I can leave it up to you guys. Okay, so this is still high cassiterite. It's not any better or worse than the initial spot. I don't see anything in the cave walls. I think what I'll do is make a few more torches so I can illuminate the immediate area, which will keep drifters off my back. And then start to go around the caves, deeper into the caves, just to see if there's any visible cassiterite that I won't have to you know, create mine shafts for. as sort of the easy mode. But yeah, mass-producing lit torches is rather labor-intensive. Last time you checked, I was close to the 100K? Yep. We'll see. We'll see if I get that silver, whatever it is. Button. Plaque. Alright, so I already searched the east way, right? And this was about 0.2. Alright, before I go any further down, I'm gonna want some soil to just be able to build some basic stairwells so I can't get stuck. I'm trying to think of the things I'm gonna want down there. A little soil and a little light, that'll probably be enough. I don't want to overinvest in this excursion. Ooh, let's not let loose the water. Alright, put all but one of my torches, well, I want them in different stacks so they can't burn out easily. And then I'm going to keep one in my backpack as like a, uh-oh, I extinguished them, I fell into water or something like that. So this forks here. I searched east. I don't think this, does this, oh no, this kind of goes. I didn't pro-pick this, but yeah, that's a dead end. Gotta get my lantern someday. You know, I mean, I have the copper and I have a bronze pick. I could get a lantern if I wanted to, but it was voted that I go for quartz. Or for tin. For bronze. Granted, I didn't leave a lantern as an option. But I'm good for torches for now. I'm also very bad, like, my sense of direction sucks badly. So, I'm going to get lost. I already know that. So if you guys can kind of remember the pathing, that would be awesome. So I'm under the lake now. So let's pro-pick here. And see if the densities of cassiterite here are any better. Hi, cassiterite. Alright, it's the same. I'm going to mark it down, just to keep track. Next patch, you won't have to, keep track the way I am. It will, write it down for you, I think. In the patch that's in the pipe. It's already on the experimental branch, but I'm just not using it. Whoa, okay, let's not fall there. Oh, and I already see... Oh, hello. I should have brought my sword. Ow! Don't hit my butt. You ain't my wife. I'll tell on you. So I'm mostly just looking for, visible in the cavern tin. While these drifters pelt me with rocks. If I grab my bronze falx, even while naked, they'll be relatively easy to deal with. So I'm going to go back up to the surface and grab my sword. Because the drifters also have a chance to drop flax at pretty regular quantities. Pretty reliable. And then they'll also drop rusty gears and sometimes temporal gears, which are important. These done? Oh, yeah. All right, my barrels of tannin are done. So before I leave, let's make strong tannin, too. Strong tannin is very easy. Just dump, dump. So now I'll have weak tannin and strong tannin side by side. All right, now I'm ready to fox up some drifters. The reason why I'm not dropping torches behind me is, like, I have a finite amount of torches, and if I dropped torches everywhere I went, I'd be out of torches very quick. Oh, went the wrong way. So, like, I could... And also, they burn out rather quickly, too. Well, like, 2 days, but still, they do burn out. So putting torches at, like, major intersections like here, I can see merit in that. But, like, dropping torches everywhere, like I'm playing Terraria, like, I ain't got torches for that. I ain't got fuel for that. All right, we are... So I can see that torch light for the major intersection. And I'll put one here. So I'm illuminating, like, the major cross sections, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so I could climb back out. Yeah! Science! And it's rich, too. All right, where am I? Here? 10. And here I'm doing a mining pick to indicate that it's actually physical find, not a density search. So the fact that it's quality rich, it means that I'll get more bang from a buck out of it. Smashing this is 15 units per. Didn't take very long. The other thing I could do, if I don't want the, here, I'll do it like this. Look. If I don't want the drifters messing with me, is, there. I'm kind of drift proof. Because this area is illuminated enough and they're not going to be able to climb over that. And the tin bronze only needs to be what? 12% tin? What's the minimum? I forget. Which means, like, given all the surface copper that I already know of, the amount of tin I'm getting right here is enough to make an entire suit of armor. Pretty easily. 8 to 12? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm sure there's more here, so I'm just going to do a node search to confirm that there's still more. Verified medium amounts. Yeah, there's plenty. I just need to dig around a little bit more. Cheers! And then with all this extra granite I'm getting, I can turn this into cobblestone to build. Right? Maximum efficiency. Or path blocks, if I want to build paths. Let's try down. So I'll do a density node search at the end of these tunnels to see if I'm getting hotter or colder. Trace amounts, so that's colder. Medium amounts, so it's kind of that way. I'll dry it over here too. Kind of like playing Battleship. Small amounts, so it's... I'll do one more sort of like tunnel here. Well, not much of a tunnel, because I don't think it's in this direction. I just want to confirm. Small amounts. Okay. So yeah, it's this sort of direction. Could be up, could be down, but I know it's at least... Oh, yeah, here's some. I know it's at least somewhere to the south. I can hear all those drifters congregating. So here's the thing. If I get enough tin off of this, this might be the only tin I ever need. And I say that because I already have a tin anvil, which is the major tin investment. And if I manage to get, let's say I'll bar park it at like roughly 30 lamellae, which is the 10 lamellar armor pieces. That will give me enough bronze armor pieces to very likely be able to maintain my bronze armor enough to enter the Iron Age. As long as I like don't lose my gear from death or whatever. I guess that's the caveat. Bye-bye pick. Now we're using the bronze pick, and it's a lot faster. There's 3 types of bronze, and tin bronze is the worst of the 3, but ultimately they're very similar to one another. So, like, the worst bronze is still way better than copper. And I'm not picky. Okay, trace amounts. There's still a little left somewhere. So I'll dig around a little bit for it. Let's try that again. Still trace. Oh, quartz trace. And cassiterite trace. I don't care about quartz yet. And still cassiterite trace there. So maybe... right down. I love that you can just sit and dig. The sit key is G. It allows you to just like make a 1 high channel and sort of check it for ores. What I will also say is it might not be my worth the effort to try to find like the whatever trace is left. It might be a difference of like very little actual tin. So I'll spend a little bit more time on it, but I don't need to be completionist. The only caveat to that is like it might be possible to sort of happen upon another vein that's close by if, if I go out enough. I'm thinking it's up here. Oh, yeah. Well, my intuition was correct. Oh god, the end time. Holy moly. Did not realize it was coming up that fast. Okay, no or nearby. That means I'm done. Despite the increased food requirements for having offhand, I'm going to offhand this because I have no doubt there's going to be drifters out here. Ow! Frickin' already hit me in the head. So here's a tier 1 deep drift. Get back here. I know I hurt you, but you must die. Thank you. Oh, creature weight, good. You been eating good down here? Oh yeah, I have a lot of tin. I have so much tin. Alright. Butts off limits. Alright, and out was... Surprisingly, I have a sense of direction. Oh, the other thing is deleting this tin indicator, because I obviously mined it all out. I did a nose search. It came up clean. I didn't get lost. Who's surprised? Legit, I'm surprised. There is one last thing I wanted to do before wrapping this up. Because I don't think that... Let's mark down this fruit tree. I don't think that I'm actually going to have enough time left in the stream to do a full run. I was very tempted to run back to my bees, but yeah, no, I think I'm out of time. Sad. I'll smash the tin, though. Oh, God, so much of it, too. And by smash, I mean, like, liberate it from the nuggets. Which is why you don't want to run out of hammers. Very bad, running out of hammers. Well, I didn't actually use up my pro pick, which I'm honestly surprised by. It, like, has 1% left on it. So I'll pick my bad hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna break this hammer in the process. Oh no, the hammer survived. So, I think I have 100 and... How much considerate do I have? Wow, I have about 150 considerate. And like, let's just say it's about 10%. That means I have like 1,500 bronze. A little bit more, considering you can go down to 8%. So, that's a pretty good amount of bronze. With already some of the tin bronze armor that I've got. So now, you know, it's just a matter of getting, you know, like, let's say we have enough for 8 ingots. Of tin. I would need to match that with enough copper to make a huge amount of bronze. But I'm going to put that away because I'm not doing castings of that magnitude. I don't need that much at once. I don't have enough armor molds to even make that logical, worth doing. But yeah, we are doing pretty good. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming stream. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphim.